17 members and associates of the Hells Angels are facing criminal charges in a violent attack.
Federal agents allege the outlaws sold drugs, traded firearms, and engaged in insurance fraud and even tampered with government witnesses.
We have learned there is cell phone video as well as surveillance video of evidence in this attack.
The U.S. Attorney characterized today's raids as historic, the largest federal bust on organized criminal gang activity.
Retaliation is common for crimes involving biker gangs. However, it could happen anywhere because of how interconnected gangs have become nationwide.
The 3-year investigation resulted in 42 federal indictments on a variety of charges, including racketeering, money laundering, drugs, gambling, insurance fraud, and extortion.
There's a bunch of bikers up here, and they're shooting guns and stuff. I need the police now.
But on foot going towards 2nd Street. Okay, receive.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx. I got my co-host, Nancy. Shout out to everyone that takes time to watch this show. I appreciate you. Nancy, appreciate you. Hi, Nancy. So we got a lot to talk about today. I'm going to let her run around. I'll be right back after these messages.
Then you see a pack of Hells Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars. Because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined the street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out back.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, when I left going into Cannon. 2011. Came out of there. I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
We're back. Shout out to everyone out there. I appreciate you guys. We got a lot to talk about today. We got breaking news. If you guys haven't heard, who is this guy? Does anyone know who this guy is? Well, I'm about to tell you who he is. So, you guys know that all those prisoners escaped from the jail down there. I think it was Louisiana. And this guy helped them escape. He is a maintenance worker. New Orleans jail maintenance worker arrested and escaped. He claims he was threatened by the inmates. So he gets threatened by the inmates. You're going to help us escape. And he does it. A maintenance worker at the New Orleans jail has been arrested and accused of helping 10 inmates from the facility. Late last week, in Louisiana's Attorney General announced Tuesday, Sterling Williams, 33, a maintenance worker at the jail run by New Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office, told investigators he was threatened by one of the inmates who took part in the jailbreak, according to court documents. Williams was arrested Monday night, and the office of Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill confirmed. Murrill said in a statement Tuesday that Williams allegedly told investigators the inmate advised him to turn the water off in the cell that would be used for the escape, which involved removing a toilet from the wall. According to the affidavit for the arrest warrant, Williams told investigators with the Louisiana Bureau of Investigation that he was threatened by one of the inmates who later escaped, Anton Massey. Williams said Massey allegedly threatened to shank him if he didn't shut off the water, according to the affidavit. Massey is one of 6 inmates who is still on the run. So they've been getting picked off one by one. Here are the inmates And bink, 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 they are all getting picked off one by one. And apparently, Vlad from Vlad TV is trying to get in contact with one of these inmates to interview him. Must be running out of content if that's your angle. Let me reach out to one of these escaped prisoners for an interview. Like, really? So they caught one of these guys sleeping on a bus stop. There's a video of him sleeping at a bus stop, and the cops walk up and say, stand up, put your hands behind your back. There's videos of other ones walking down the street. Here's a video of the cell where they removed the toilet. So they went through the wall. That's how they escaped. 10 inmates escaped altogether, but they are being picked up one by one. So it says here, Williams is also seen on surveillance video speaking with Massey and other inmates. Other escaped inmates. Derek Grove, according to affidavit, Williams told investigators that Grove allegedly tried to take Williams' phone and wanted Williams to bring a book with Cash App information to Grove's cousin in another part of the jail. According to the affidavit, Groves, who is still on the run, according to Merle, Williams allegedly turned off the water, which allowed the escape to proceed. Williams has been charged with the principle to simple escape and some other charge. I can't even pronounce it. Malfeasance in an office. Both are felonies. We will uncover the facts, and eventually anyone who aided and abetted will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I encourage anyone that knows anything about those who have provided assistance to come forward now to obtain the best possible outcome to their particular cases. Remember that they were in jail, so when they get caught, they're done. They are all done. They are not like their cases are looking terrible now. The inmates broke out of jail on Friday, according to Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office. 3 of the inmates were captured later that day. A 4th was captured Monday, officials said. The escape started in the early pre-dawn hours of Friday morning. Several inmates were caught on surveillance video forcing open a cell door at around 12:22 a.m. I don't know how the hell they were even able to get out of their cells around that time to go into another cell and force open a door. Like prison, you're supposed to be locked in a cell. According to the sheriff's office, New Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Holtzen told reporters the inmates then breached the wall behind the cell toilet. According to the affidavit, the inmates somehow sawed through the steel bars behind the toilet and then bent them. If the water wasn't turned off, investigators said the affidavit, the cell would have flooded, potentially drawing attention to the escape, preventing it from being successful as it was. So you're telling me that just because he shut the water off, that they were able to escape? I'm not buying that shit. Here's a picture of them going to the cell before the escape. At around 1 a.m., the inmates were seen on surveillance video fleeing the building through a nearby loading dock, according to the sheriff's office. At about 1:19, the group climbed over a fence using blankets to cover the barbed wire. They fled across Interstate 10 into a neighborhood. The escape was unnoticed by the sheriff's office until 8:30 a.m. Holy shit. Wow. So 1 a.m. all the way until 8:30 a.m. 10 inmates. Yep. Pretty secure facility, huh? At the time of the escape, no sheriff's deputies was assigned to the area where the inmates initiated the jailbreak. The civilian monitored station in the area had stepped away for food at the time. The sheriff's office said 3 workers were suspended without pay as the office conducts an internal investigation. They should all be fired. The head guy and all of them should be fired. All of them. They were suspended without pay, conduct internal investigation. It wasn't immediately clear if Williams was the one of the 3 workers. Hudson told reporters that the inmates may have received help from at least one person inside the sheriff's office. She also said the office has spent years asking local officials for more than $5 million in funds to upgrade the facility's locks on the cell doors. What would that matter? I mean, what would it matter if they upgraded the locks on the cell doors if all they did was rip open a toilet, cut through the bars, and bend them over? Anyone in any cell could probably do that. I mean, what does it matter? It's insane. It's crazy. What do you guys think of this situation? Hey, Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Tommy, what's up? How are you? Not cuz. What's going on? He's going to be doing free maintenance, right? One of the homies is caught up in the Thug Rider shit. My bro, Jared Peters. Shout out to Josh. What's up, Josh? How are you? Yeah, it's not looking good for them. Not at all. I heard, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that Thug Riders patched over to another club, and they're no longer operating. That's word on the street. I don't know if it's so these 2 people pleaded guilty so far in the situation. Here, I got a video first I'm going to play about the escape. Let's check it out.
The Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office maintenance worker, 33-year-old Sterling Williams, has been booked on 10 charges of principal to escape or helping inmates escape and 1 count of malfeasance in office. Here's a photo we actually just got.
Malfeasance in office. What the hell does that mean?
Into the newsroom from the Attorney General's office of 33-year-old Sterling Williams. Here it is here. Again, you can see his charges there. Court documents from sources say Williams told investigators that Antoine Massey, one of the inmates involved in this escape, according to investigators, he apparently told investigators that Massey threatened to shank him if he did not turn off water to the...
Listen, if every correction officer said, oh, I helped him escape because he said he was going to shank me, all the prisoners would be out right now running the streets. So what type of excuse is that? Oh, they said they were going to shank me, so I turned off the water. I didn't say nothing to no one. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. This dude helped him, and he knew what the hell he was doing. I'm not buying all that shit. Not buying it.
Through which these 10 inmates escaped. Those documents also say Williams is seen on surveillance footage in one of the jail pods talking to Derek Groves, Massey, and another inmate. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrell released a statement about this upgrade of this.
Charles, what's up?
This update that says, quote, "This is a continuing investigation and we will provide updates as often as possible. We will uncover all of the facts eventually, and anyone who aided and abetted will be prosecuted to the full extent the law allows. I encourage anyone who knows anything, and even those who may have provided assistance, to come forward now to obtain the best possible outcome in their particular case," end quote. The AG's office says Williams was arrested and booked without incident into the Orleans Parish Jail and then relocated to a different facility. As for those escaped inmates, only 4 of the 10 are back behind bars. Law enforcement from across the state and region continues searching for the remaining 6 on the run. Rob, back to you.
What do you guys think of that situation? I think it's crazy that they said they were going to shank me, so I just did what they said. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. So today, we're talking about the Thug Rider indictment that's going on. 2 guys who pled guilty so far. What does that mean for the rest of them? It's not looking good for them. Definitely not looking good. So it says, second Thug Rider member pleads guilty to gang conspiracy investigation. That's a terrible, terrible thing because it's kind of admitting that it's like a criminal enterprise. Not good. Not good at all. So this is in Ohio. So 14 members were arrested. Here, we'll go to the first indictment. 14 alleged Thug Rider motorcycle members caught in national dragnet in murder, arson, extortion, conspiracy charges. So among them are the top leaders caught in a crackdown on the Thug Riders motorcycle gang. Was Juan the Man Robles, Joey Marshall, Jared Savage Peters, that's the guy you were saying, Brandon Roadrunner Fisher, John Chaos Smith. So 14 members of the Thug Riders have been indicted on federal racketeering conspiracy alleging violence, including killing a man in a shootout, bombing of a former member's vehicle, and other acts of violence. Now, if someone wants to leave the club, do you really do that and take it that far where you bomb their vehicle? A federal indictment charges the men with Racketeer Influence Corrupt Organization Act, or RICO. The same tool the feds use to crack down on organized crime. The racketeering conspiracy allegations include murder, arson, assault, extortion, the U.S. Attorney's Office said. Among the suspects are top leaders caught in a crackdown were Juan the Man. I'm just going to say their nicknames. He's the Midwest regional boss. King Joe, suspected regional sergeant of arms. Savage, serving as president of the Dayton chapter. Roadrunner, suspected being the chapter's sergeant of arms. Chaos, the alleged enforcer for the Dayton chapter. Kenneth Parker, U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District of Ohio, said Robles is instrumental in creating the Dayton chapter of the club, founded in 2019. And called him a primary instigator and the perpetrator of violence in this case. So by addressing these individuals, their leadership positions in the motorcycle club, we have dealt a serious blow to the violent organization operating in Dayton area, surrounding communities throughout the state of Ohio and other states, Parker said. Some 300 law enforcement officers fanned out nationwide to execute federal warrants as part of this case. Investigators see several hundred items of evidence, including over 100 firearms, 15,000 rounds of ammunition, a treasure trove of digital data. Authorities would not only help the current case, but allow them to expand their investigation into co-conspirators. Oh, that's not good. Authorities said the club engaged in years-long violence. In one case in May 2021, club members blew up a former member's vehicle when the former member did not pay $1,000 or give up his motorcycle to the club. Parker said September of that year, they allegedly killed a man in a shootout. During an incident, over 40 rounds were fired into a vehicle. The victim was in with 3 others. Members of the club fired more than 190 rounds into a rival motorcycle gang's clubhouse in Lexington, Kentucky, that had been occupied at the time, officials said. It was fortunate no one died. In July 2023, Thug Riders broke the leg of a patron at an Ohio bar and gave the person a black eye after They were denied service because they were adorning club patches, authorities said. In March of that year, they got into a shootout with motorcycle gang at the gang's clubhouse in Springfield, Ohio, in which a thug rider was shot twice in the face, Parker said. In May, they assaulted members of another motorcycle gang in a bar in London, Ohio. Remember, this is their article. They're the ones saying motorcycle gang. I think they're a motorcycle club. Regardless if there's members committing acts of violence, I think they do that on their own accord. Maybe one chapter will go bad and do some crazy shit. But as a whole, they are not a gang. It says the gang was founded in 2003 as chapters throughout the United States and Canada, Morocco, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Germany, and the United Kingdom. The club Midwest region complies in Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri. Midwest regional chapter club meetings are called church. And only due paying full patch members or past thug riders attend. Chapters and regions fall under the authority of the national president in Newark, New Jersey. So it's really not looking good. So 2 people have pleaded guilty in these cases. These are the 2 that pleaded guilty. Michael Henry and Matthew Hawkins, a.k.a. Hawk. And the other one's name, I can't even see it. But what's that mean for the others? It means they either got to plead guilty or go to trial, which is probably not a good idea for them to go to trial. So the Thug Riders have had problems back in the day with other clubs like the Outcast. They had a serious incidents happen in, I think it was Georgia. Let me see. Yeah, Augusta, Georgia. Biker gang shooting retaliation to Florida incident. This is a different incident that had to do with this club and these people. If anyone knows, because they're saying that these women that are in this picture are members, does anyone know if they accept females? Maybe they're wrong, but the article says that those females are members. I doubt it, but motorcycle club gang shooting Saturday left 2 dead, 4 wounded, and 12 facing murder and gun charges. Was retaliation for earlier incident between Outcast and Thug Riders biker groups in Florida, Richmond County Sheriff's Office said. The shootout in East Augusta led to the deaths of Jermaine Farrell of Dayton Beach and Keith Coates, 30. The other guy's 51. Of Valdosta was pronounced dead. Farrell's body was struck by a firefighter's vehicle in an unfortunate accident. What? The shooting triggered protocol in the event. Additional groups were mobilizing and possibly traveling to Augusta to future retaliation, the sheriff said. Regional law enforcement and hospitals were notified. Damn, they had them all on standby. We will advise the public of any confirmed threats if we develop. 2 of the suspects remain hospitalized Monday, while 10 made initial court appearances. The shooting left at least 1 suspect Jonathan Keaton, 31, in critical condition, according to the arrest warrant. The other hospitalized suspect, Deja Dotson, 30, of St. Mary's. The mass shooting took place just before 7 p.m. near the Outcast Motorcycle Club, Augusta Clubhouse, on the 100th block of Sandbar Ferry Road. Outcast participants had illegally blocked off sections of the street for a cookout. The incident stems from an incident that recently occurred in Florida involving the Outcasts and the Thug Riders, sheriff said. In Augusta, on the list of more than 200 U.S. mass shootings this year. Otherwise uneventful day during which Augusta successfully hosted an air show and family music festival, the sheriff said. All of that quickly overshadowed by the unpredicted, reckless acts of gun violence involving individuals from out of town who live nowhere near Augusta, the sheriff said. Of those charged, 8 were Thug Riders and 4 were Outcasts. He said both of the motorcycle groups had gang ties and have units around the Southeast. Despite the local Outcast event, only one suspect, Larry Ross, is a local man. Deputies recovered more than 150 shell casings at the crime scene, which took up most of the block. They also confiscated 13 motorcycles, 1 vehicle involved in the incident, 10 firearms. Guns were found in the clubhouse and vehicles and around nearby businesses, where suspects tossed them as they fled. At the initial hearing on Monday, the judge informed the suspects of their constitutional rights and the charges they may face. Each is charged with 2 counts of felony murder in the deaths of Farrell and Coates, as well as aggravated assault. The Outcast suspects each stated that they had some college education and were planning to hire attorneys. Were all black males, none were local. And then it lists the names. They're from Florida, North Carolina, North Carolina, North Carolina. The Thug Rider suspects included 5 white people from coastal Georgia, 1 black male from Hezbollah, 6 who made initial court appearances Monday said they needed public defenders. Asked if the Outcast is a violent gang, the sheriff said he knew of no direct ties. Fort Gordon soldier Victor Banks, 38, a member when he was killed in a sports bar in 2020. His homicide on biker night at the club is unsolved. The Outcast headquarters backs up to an Augusta apartment complex, East Augusta Commons, where families have young children. It's located across the street from a vendor that services sheriff's office vehicles. And one of the cruisers was hit by gunfire. How ironic. The update comes from Augusta commissioner prepares to adapt the National Fire Protection Association 3000 standards, a set of protocols for active shooter or hostile events on Tuesday. The city of Augusta University and other agencies simultaneously adapting standards, becoming the first Georgia city to do so, they said in the sheriff's office. So, I mean, they got a history of bad things happening. Damn it, Mandy, what's going on? How are you? Charles, what's good? Which one's the girl? Third person in and the fourth person in. on the top. Which one's the girl? The one with the beard, bro. It's the one with the beard, man. Come on, you're mispronouncing people and all that shit. Oh, shit. Can never tell these days, right? That's funny. I'm going to have a really good show for you guys tomorrow. I'm working on it today. So it says here, the second one pleaded guilty to the investigation. The second member of the Thug Riders Motorcycle Club, accused of conspiracy scheme involving multiple acts of violence, including murder, pleaded guilty. Matthew Hawkins pleaded guilty to one count of assault with a dangerous weapon, assault resulting in serious bodily injury, and aid of racketeering activity, and aid and abetting in federal court. His plea was accepted on April 3rd, according to the U.S. District of Ohio court records. His sentencing has not been scheduled. Hawkins is the second of 14 members of the motorcycle club to plead guilty in racketeering investigation. I wonder how much time they're going to get. I know they're facing a whole lot of time. It's got to be at least 20 years, probably. In February, Michael Seth Henry pleaded guilty to conspiracy to engage in racketeering, conspiracy to commit a violent act in aid of racketeering, commission of a violent act in aid of racketeering. Henry's sentencing date has not been scheduled yet. A joint status report filed on April 8th indicated counsel for government in negotiating settlements within 10 to 14 accused defendants. Oh, so at least 10 of them are going to take plea bargains, I think that means. The docket only has Hawkins and Henry as having pleaded guilty. It is not clear if two other defendants pleaded guilty in the cases or had them dismissed. In addition to Hawkins and Henry, 12 other Thug Riders were indicted. Juan Robles, Joey Marshall, Jared Peters, Brandon Fisher, John Smith, Norman Beach, Daniel Hutton, Michael Reese, Joe Ratter, Justin Baker, Cody Hughes, and Brent Ingalls. Robles helped create the Dayton chapter of the Thug Riders, and he was the boss of the Midwest region, according to the U.S. Attorney. Marshall, Peters, and Fisher and Smith also reportedly held leadership roles in the Midwest and Dayton chapters. The motorcycle gang is facing a combination of crimes, including racketeering, assault with a dangerous weapon, and assault resulting in serious bodily injury, violent crimes in aid of racketeering, conspiracy to commit assault, and attempted assault with a dangerous weapon. Thug Riders are accused of numerous acts of violence in Dayton Township, Springfield, Huber Heights, London, Ohio, and Lexington, Kentucky. The group was linked to a murder of a 23-year-old Joseph Nicholson in a liquor store parking lot in Harrison Township on September 26, 2021, according to court documents. Thug Riders were also reportedly involved in gunfights with rival motorcycle gangs in Lexington and Springfield and blew up a former member's pickup truck in Huber Heights. The indictment in the case alleges that the Thug Riders Motorcycle Club operated in criminal enterprises, with those members and associates engaging in acts of violence like murder, arson, and assault, said the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Ohio, Kenneth Parker. They also participated in acts of extortion and identity theft. So, I mean, it's really not looking good for them. They're going to do a lot of time in prison. Jaman, what's going on? Charles, what's good? Thank you guys all for joining me today. I got a lot of good stuff dropping. Don't miss part 4 of the Outlaw in London saga. Part 4 is tonight, 10 o'clock. And then we got Leonard. I think you say his last name, Bushnell. Let me check. Bushell. Buschel. He has a book called High, and I interviewed him. It's pretty good. He's it's called High, Confessions of a Cannabis Addict. I'll drop the link in the chat. Check this out. It's a pretty good interview. You guys are going to like it. And after that, we got Boston 2%. That's a really good interview. It's 10 parts. So it's going to last 10 days. And we have tons of other content on the way. We got more popcorn. We got more Pee-wee. We got a bunch of interviews dropping. Here's Leonard. This one's dropping tomorrow. I will put the interviews on members. So if you want to see the whole interview without any interruptions, just join the membership or go over to Patreon and you can see exclusive content you cannot see on YouTube. I'm going to start going live on Patreon. Normally I just upload videos on Patreon, but I'm going to start going live over there. And I'm going to do some members only lives too. So if you guys want to see exclusive content, make sure you join the live. I would love another chapter of the Valachi papers. Yeah, I was thinking about getting back into that too. I was working on some today. Some really good stuff. Mafia related stuff. You guys are going to like the stuff I'm working on. I'm putting a lot of effort into it. There's some biker stuff, some mob stuff. And I'm going to keep bringing you the best content around. So I hope you guys like this content. If you do, hit the like button. Patreon. Yeah, definitely Patreon. I'm on Rumble too. I'm on every platform out there, bro. Patreon's pretty cheap though. And I'm able to post stuff I'm not able to post on YouTube. You guys will definitely like the content that I'm posting. Some of it's too explicit, violent, anything like that goes on Patreon. Some stuff you just can't post on YouTube. But I'm about to upload some stuff right now to members, so Rumble's free and they don't strike your content. Patreon, they don't strike it either. I'm on Rumble. I just haven't uploaded in a while. I probably should. Here, let me get on that for you guys. And listen, I put exclusive content on Patreon. I can't give everything for free, you know what I'm saying? I gotta make some type of money. Shit, I put a lot of work in. I need to make a living somehow, right? So if you guys want to see the interviews first, join the membership. If you don't have the money to join the membership, you could still see the interviews. They just get chopped up into pieces. So I appreciate you guys. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. I hope you guys have a great day. My birthday's tomorrow, by the way. I'll be 46 years old. I can't even believe it. But I hope you guys have a great one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.